Ethan Skowronski-Lutz. I have a background in artificial intelligence and machine learning, amongst other things, and I'm currently in an advisory role for Coinscious, helping them learn how to better predict market data in sort of a cowboy era.
I'm David Buell. I'm the marketing director for Coinscious.
I'm Binh Ho. I'm the CEO and co-founder, one of the four of Coinscious, and I lead product development, product management, random operational stuff, as well as marketing with Dave.
And I'm John Gidding, their West Coast beachhead.
What Coinscious is doing is taking machine learning and AI, modern advanced data analytics, and applying it to the cryptocurrency space. It's taking cryptocurrency, which is non-ironically very cryptic to most people. It's difficult to understand, like a regular financial market, plus a lot of confusing technology, plus being an emerging market, and trying to make that accessible and understandable so that investors can make intelligent and informed decisions. So speculation by definition is what people are often going to be doing whenever they're investing in a currency, but it reduces the need for blind speculation and instead gives them information-based speculation. It allows people to say, what is the actual value? What are potential non-value-based trends that they can counter?
But it's really a tool for allowing people to make their own investment decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't want to tell you what to do. We want to give you the tools to decide what you want to do, including the ability to make simulations, partly gamifying the space so that you can work with, what if I had done this? What if I had made a bot that bought and sold on these decisions? How would that have affected my current holdings?
So I just happen to be married to our director of communications and culture, and under her responsibility and her background, she's going to lead the charge on education with our marketing director. Both my parents were professors. I feel a responsibility for teaching what we know, sharing, creating bridges so that the masses can start learning, the general public can start learning, and giving more opportunities to themselves.
To follow up on that, we were actually just having a lengthy discussion about this recently. One of the problems with the way analytics are often delivered is they're only made for institutional investors. They're only used by people with extensive quant backgrounds who've probably got a Ph.D. in these things. But what good analytics should do is they should take confusing data and give you sensible trends and patterns. And so one of the things that we hope to focus on is having an educational component and allowing people to enter in, to get a basic idea of what these analytics mean, run simulations before they even start spending their currency. So you don't have to say, you don't throw your currency out, potentially losing it. Remove that fear and give people a chance to educate themselves on how these markets work and what's going on in these markets. So it's actually a mix of analytic tools, but those are no good if people don't understand the analytics. And that's one of the focuses of this company.
Okay, and on top of that, the first product that we're coming out with is a tracker, which will be available in August. So it's just a very simple, straightforward way to look at all these different cryptocurrencies paired with on different exchanges, so probably the top 20 exchanges. All the pairs there will be tracked and you can see what you have, you can just play with it, and you'll have like a news feed. So anyone who just got into crypto will be able to take that first step into actually watching the information and then in the future rolling out the more advanced stuff like simulations and bots where it'll be more incremental, so they'll kind of see that as they're using the app. Ideally, if the exchange will give us like an API access, we'll get as much data from that as possible.
Having good data analytics means that you could quickly adapt to new kinds of data. And there's some very good programmers on board who have a very strong understanding of abstract machine learning. So in essence, anything that has data and therefore exists, we should be able to deal with. So 3 big pain points. One is obscurity or obfuscation. Cryptocurrency is something that a lot of people don't understand and don't want to invest in. And we want to help use analytics, again, presented properly and educated so that people can break into that space. Another pain point is just the fact that there is a huge amount of speculation, and with speculation comes volatility. This means that, especially when there are so many different currencies, that value essentially is going to, over time, move from some into others. I won't make any statements here about what directions those are likely to go, though our analytics will show these things. And that's scary for people. That said, that pain point is also an opportunity. The fact that there is so much volatility and there is going to be so much movement means that deciphering that provides a lot of opportunity for people who want to make a profit in this space.
One of the pain points that I see is that consumers have a hard time parsing their day-to-day with cryptocurrency. One way that we can break into this is allowing people to create simulations without running any risk on their own. But there's still this problem of getting people to incorporate it into their daily lives. And I think one of the most important ways that this might happen, and this has been a fantastic conference in this regard because we've made so many connections, is spreading the word through different concepts like education. There are many companies, it turns out, that are focused on bringing education to communities with or without internet access. And as long as we're providing some kind of educational content as well as the analytics, then that becomes interesting content for them to disseminate as well. And I think that's going to go a long way to bridging the gap between the high-minded conversations we have here and the broader consumer base.
We're not telling them what to do, we're just giving them the information. So it's not an ICO that we're starting and getting a bunch of funding and doing a token and all these, and then building a product. It's really just providing information. So the tokens might come and go, but the information, analytics, simulation, all that kind of stuff is kind of outside that scope.
It's a global platform and a global team with members all over the world, and it's committed to that sort of decentralized ethic in the way it works as well as the people it serves.
Registered in Toronto. Most of the team's in Canada. I'm from Montreal. The CEO and another co-founder, Daniel, is in Toronto, based in Toronto. Binh is in Poland. The communications director's in Poland. These guys are here locally in San Francisco. We got guys in Ukraine, in Asia. We got a team in Asia doing marketing there.
Which actually, to refer back to one of your pain points, one of the things we've worked out is just communicating between such a large and diverse team. And it's actually been one of the accomplishments we've had in sort of figuring out how people from different backgrounds and different cultures and in very different time zones can work together effectively.
We're kind of creating a neutral ground, because right now there's so much volatility. There's so many pump and dump schemes, there's so many bad ICO projects. It's like a really bad Kickstarter situation. So if you're into kind of funding new companies like in a Kickstarter sense, same way in crypto, if you like crypto, you want to get the best data. You want to be able to test stuff, you want to be able to play with it, and then actually put it into action if you want to. So anybody who wants crypto should really want Coinscious.
To give a related answer, because people shouldn't have to be passive viewers to the world's evolution. Cryptocurrency is something that is going to see a sea change. It's going to change the way a lot of things function. And people shouldn't have to just sort of sit there and read in the paper about all these tech guys who are part of that change. We want people to embrace it. We want people to participate in it. That's the whole idea of a decentralized currency. And in order to do that, you have to make it accessible, understandable, and not just a gamble. You can't just say, throw your money in the market. You have to have analytics that say, here's what we think is happening, here's how you can understand what's happening, and then here's how you can make your own decisions. And we want to be part of that.
For the consumers, it will be a SaaS model, subscription-based. And for our pro, let's say enterprise clients, it will be customized contracts.
All right, so you can check more about us, our upcoming app, and read more about the team at coinscious.io.
It's an S and then a C. You're going to misspell it. Just like conscious, but with an I.
Yes, exactly.
Thanks
Thanks for watching on Cointime.
Thanks.